Have you ever felt like your money just disappears and you don't know where it went? Well, you're not alone. Here today we're gonna speak about a tool that might help you with giving you a little peace of mind, the budget. In our path into our financial empowerment, creating a budget, it's a key part. It's gonna map you, and you're gonna decide how you are gonna spend your money and split it between spending, savings, and paying debt. How should we start doing a budget? Instead of looking forward, my advice is to look into history. Let's check as a first step our statements for the past 2 or 3 months and get the list of all the expenses. If you don't use a debit card or a credit card, or you don't have your statements available, you could start noting all your expenses for the next maybe 4, 6, or 8 weeks, so you can get the whole list of your regular expenses. As a second step, now that you have the list of all your expenses, the idea is that you need to make categories for them. I suggest that you should start with less categories. So let's say that the first one should be the needs. This means that are expenses that you need to survive, to live. So basically things like paying your rent or your mortgage, paying your groceries, your bills, if you have a car, gas and insurance. So obviously it's gonna change depending on each person, but it's the basic things that you need to live. The second category would be your wants. This is gonna tell you a little bit more of the things that you love doing, maybe going to the movies, eating out, going to concerts. Those are things that you can manage without. You're not gonna die if you don't have them, but it's good to also enjoy life. And finally, our third category, it's gonna be savings and paying debt. Step number 3, it's gonna be to follow the 50-30-20 rule. This is a rule that has been studied by many budget experts or gurus in budgeting, where they suggest that we should allocate 50% of our income to needs, just 30% of our income to our wants, and the remainder 20% should be going to savings and paying debt. What happens if you are spending more than 50% on your needs? You are probably spending or living a life that you cannot afford. It's not gonna be sustainable during a long period of time. You are not gonna be able to actually save money to pay debt, or maybe even enjoy things that you like doing. So it's worth to take a look of your percentages, how much you are putting towards these categories, and there might be some things that you should be able to change, modify. One simple thing that comes to my mind might be that if you are living in a house that the renting is really high, you can maybe rent a room, so you are gonna have a roommate and you're gonna have a little bit more of income. If you usually go to a store to do your groceries, maybe it's a really expensive store, you can change to a more affordable one, buy generic brands, and some other tips where you can start saving a little bit more and accomplish those percentages. Remember that you are trying to accomplish everything. You need to save a little bit today to actually accomplish goals in the future. Let's imagine that our income is $2,000, the net income, the one that you take home. So 50% of our needs would be that we have to allocate $1,000 to our needs. That means that we have $1,000 remaining that we should split between our wants. It should be no more than $600, and you are gonna be able to save and also pay debt with those remaining $400. Step number 4, it's for me, it's really important. You've got to adjust and track your income. It's an exercise that you are gonna have to do probably each month, maybe each week. It's gonna depend on you. But the important thing is that you can do an autopsy of the things that you are doing. In this way, you're gonna be able to see if something is not going according to the plan. And remember that tracking small leaks, it's really important because a small leak can sink a big ship. Let's say an example, that I buy coffee at my work's cafeteria that costs $5 each day. In the moment that I'm doing that expense, that I'm buying my coffee, I feel great. I feel like $5 is not that much, but at the end of the week it's $25, and at the end of the month it's $100, and I only have $600 for my wants. So maybe if I'm not being conscious of that, my daily habits are taking me farther away from my actual goals. And so where should we track all our expenses? There are many tools available. The first one probably is an oldie but a goodie. It's a notepad or a notebook and a pen. It's basically writing everything on a list. At the end of the month, you are gonna have to subtract everything from your income. Another option would be to download any available or free template available online for Excel. So it's a spreadsheet. If you need one, I do have one in English, so you can send me an email and I can share that with you. It's basically all the formulas are built in, so you are gonna have to, you only need to complete the information, put your net income and put all your expenses and select in which category they fall. And the last option could be to download an app. There are many available. Some might actually connect directly to your accounts if you select to do that. And if you trust doing that, you don't have to. Basically, if you do all your transactions through a debit card or a credit card, you only need to add the transactions that you do in cash. It's maybe it's simpler to do that. Whatever tool you choose, the idea is that you choose it for the long run. Remember that having a budget is not about giving up the things that we like. It's actually selecting them with intention, knowing where every dollar of your money is going, and so you are able to accomplish all the goals that you have set for yourself. I hope that you have liked this small summary of a budget. If you need and you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.